Greetings and a warm welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA channel and CEO at Trout, TPSU, and 401k TV. I review all of this past week's stories and select the most interesting and important ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussion you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story. Ready or not, the mandatory provisions of Secure 2.0 will go into effect January 1st, leaving plan sponsors, record keepers, and payroll providers alike scrambling. According to a recent spot survey with plan sponsors by the PSCA, over half are struggling, not ready to comply with the Roth catch-up provisions. Issues include adding a Roth option if the plan does not offer one, defining compensation, and identifying the highly compensated employees, as well as communicating with them. Though Congress put in these Roth provisions to pay for the other sections of Secure 2.0, the cost and time for plans and their vendors is significant, which means that most will not be implementing optional provisions like student loans and emergency savings. Next story, Edward Jones, as part of a major reorganization and renewed focus on the workplace, announced new partnerships to support the 20,000 plus advisors to offer retirement plans to clients and prospects. Along with Voya and Nationwide to their limited roster of record keepers, Jones announced partnerships with Aboon, a digital TPA leveraging AI, which they invested in, and Addition Wealth, a small digital financial wellness startup. Jones is well positioned to leverage the convergence of wealth and retirement at work, even if just to capture IRA rollovers, which they do better than mostly any other broker-dealer, and to service small plan formation. They currently manage $2.3 trillion of client assets and have offices in almost every town and city. Next story. Though most fintech record keepers have eschewed PEPs, Vestwell, who recently won the New York State Auto IRA mandate, has bucked that trend, partnering with Commonwealth, recently acquired by LPL. They just launched their own PEP, targeting plans with close to 80 participants and less than 2.5 million, who may soon be subject to an audit. The Vestwell audit cost of $1,000 is comparable to what they estimate to be $8,000 to $13,000 for smaller plans. The DOL recently issued an RFI per PEPs, signaling potential new regulations which could increase interest and plan formation. Next story. Speaking of PEPs, Ginger Brennan, who leads Voya's group plan business for decades and recently left to form her own consultancy, wrote a brilliant column detailing why some PEPs are successful and most are not. Though PEPs are growing like frogs in a monsoon, only 1 in 5 have significant assets, and adopting employers as well. Ginger highlights the keys to success, starting with distribution, as these plans must be sold one at a time. She also highlights the importance of targeting markets either by plan size or industry, education, pilot programs to test markets, and making someone responsible for sales. As PEPs proliferate, leveraging the wisdom of a seasoned professional that has a track record like Ginger would be prudent. Finally, the recently released NMG Advisor DC Insights study with 579 advisors highlights the growing convergence of wealth and retirement at the workplace as RPA specialists struggle to maintain margins on plan fees alone. Read my recent wealthmanagement.com RPA column reviewing the NMG report, which details why hybrid advisors with established wealth practices and substantial retirement plan revenue are best positioned, while those at the fringes will struggle. Be sure to access the complete report by NMG and renowned DC industry researcher Joshua Deitch. So those are the most important and interesting stories from the past week. I listed a few others I thought were worth reading, covering Annuity Hub launches retirement income service and education center. SEC chair endorses alts in DC plans. Prime Capital creates tax division with recent acquisition. Rebecca Hourhan outlines what's top of mind for plan sponsors. And the DOJ asks for another extension from courts on the fiduciary rule. Please let me know if I missed anything or if you'd like to comment. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you next week on 401k Real Talk.